Dead by Daylight is dead.
Is Dead by Daylight dying?
What happened to Dead by Daylight? I've seen a lot of people take break from the game, and I think that's mostly because of the content drought.
Or some things happened. Because yeah, it's back to just the same, basically, gameplay, which is gonna like kill the game.
You may be an avid DBD player with years of experience in the community, like me, or maybe you're someone who played the game once or twice a few years ago during the game's prime. Either way, Dead by Daylight was a revolutionary in the horror game genre and will always be remembered. With all this being said, the state of the game today is less than ideal. With the new upcoming changes to healing speeds, meta perks, and general balancing, most members of the community are dissatisfied. So dissatisfied, in fact, that Behavior, the developers of Dead by Daylight, were hit with so much backlash that they had to revert some of the changes. Hey guys, I'm just going to pause the video really quickly here. This is Editing Landon. As I was inserting some images into the video, I researched Dead by Daylight's Instagram to get a few more pictures, and I ran across this.
Hi everyone, I'm Omnia.
Basically, to sum it up, it's horrible. I mean, I can't even, like, I'm at a loss for words at how you can even make such horrible decisions. Obviously, it's not her fault. I mean, she probably barely had a say in any of this. You need to go to Instagram and watch this video. It is, they took the update that was already so bad, and they made it 10 times worse. Even with the decision to keep the healing speeds the same, the community is still overall upset about the state of the game. Why is this the case? The most recent update was certainly not the only update that the community was indifferent about. The 6.6 Tools of Torment chapter introduced the new and widely agreed upon underpowered killer, the Skull Merchant. While this update was slightly controversial, the 6.1 mid-chapter release would prove to be the most controversial update in Dead by Daylight history and would cause an uproar in the community. This update created the infamous Eruption meta, possibly one of the worst and most unfair metas in DBD history. It was also the update that finally changed Dead Hard. Although this was quite jarring for veterans, players adapted, and a new Gen Rush meta was born to counter the new killer meta and the severe disadvantage that survivors now had. Although many would agree that this was the beginning of the end, the player count actually stayed very stagnant. In fact, the player count had only grown since all of these decisions were taking place. So how come veterans and new players alike believe the game is dying? Some believe that the community is self-destructing. While the game and the developers give players the option to abuse overpowered mechanics and cheap playstyles such as tunneling, camping, gen rushing, and unfair metas, many in the community blame the community itself for choosing to abuse these unfair strategies.
Absolutely zero point in trying anymore. The DBD community, at least quite a few, are straight up cancer. This 4 weeks of streaming games that aren't DBD has really made me realize just how toxic some individuals in the DBD community can be. Every bad actor in Twitch or Twitter has been a DBD fan.
I think it is safe to say some people in the DBD community are upset at each other. There has never been a community that goes without at least some toxicity, but it seems the fraction of toxic players in the DBD community has grown. Could this be the reason for the unhealthy state of the game? Or could it be... Could the answer be that players are simply getting bored? Well, first, what is a meta? According to this website, a meta is the parts of gameplay such as systems, mechanics, and loops that a player repeats to make progress. In a Dead by Daylight context, this means using the same perks or builds, using the same playstyle, or using the same killer for every game. But for years, there has been one prominent factor that has spiraled video games into their graves: repetition. Repetition, or a general lack in gameplay variety, has been the grim reaper of the video game industry, causing the deaths of many successful games. For example, Fortnite. For a very long time, Fortnite dominated the gaming industry, the entertainment industry, and pop culture in general. However, in 2022, Fortnite saw its most extreme dip in the player count so far. People were getting tired of the same old thing over and over again. The reason that I use Fortnite as an example is because of the changes that they made to the game that somewhat brought it back. They collaborated with companies that gave them licensed characters and licensed features that made old players want to come back and check it out. Although this was a huge factor in bringing back the player count and solidifying Fortnite's long-term relevance, there was a factor that was more responsible for the return of Fortnite. In Fortnite, this was the no-build game mode. It allowed returning players an equal playing field with the younger audience that had more time to reach the extremely high skill ceiling. For a long time, DBD players have asked for a new game mode that added the variety the game so desperately needed.
Surely 2023 will be the year of a new DBD game mode. If DBD doesn't make a new game mode, they should at least make events more interesting than interact with item and escape.
With many things going on in Behavior and many more updates to come, it is unlikely that we will be seeing a new game mode anytime soon. But who knows, Behavior has a reputation of being very unpredictable with their updates. So perhaps a new game mode would stimulate the game and the community. But is the repetitive nature of the game causing its downfall? I need to pause this video really quickly. Before it continues, I'm going to ask a just really simple favor of you. I've spent a while writing, editing, and researching this topic to make the best video for you guys that I possibly could. All I ask in return is you spend like 3 seconds of your time scrolling down and clicking the like button. If you enjoy this content, my voice, or you want to see some of my gameplay, click the subscribe button for me and hit the bell. Thank you guys. I love you. Back to the video. Now that I've laid out all these points for you, there's one more thing I would like to mention from my own personal perspective. I want your guys' opinions on this, so please let me know in the comments. Behavior has an unhealthy obsession with equality and balance. I don't know for sure, but I believe that the developers rarely play their own game. Until recently, they haven't even listened to the people who do play their games. What probably happens is that the devs see the numbers and jump to conclusions. They immediately resort to balancing those numbers without asking why the numbers are the way they are in the first place. To express this point in more detail, I want to point you all to a book. This book is called Harrison Bergeron. The story takes place in a dystopian society where everyone is equal. If someone is faster, weights are attached to them to keep them the same speed as everyone else. If they are smarter, they are given earbuds that play a high frequency that scrambles their thoughts. Basically, this book is about handicapping people who are more talented or skilled at something. Obviously, this is an extreme example, but there are many veteran DBD players who can relate to this feeling. I know I've personally felt cheated due to the handicaps being put on my skill just for the sake of giving less skilled players a chance. Isn't that the point of rank and matchmaking? To put you against a team that is just as experienced as you? Obviously, I understand wanting to eliminate unfair advantages, but I feel as though sometimes Behavior can't distinguish skilled play and unfair play. It is unfortunate given the amount of time and effort myself and others have put into this game just to feel we're being neglected for the sake of balance. Don't lower the skill ceiling, distribute the skill out. But anyway, that's probably just me. Unfortunately, there's not one simple answer. DBD's downfall is most likely a mix of some of these factors, or all of these factors, and can't be pinned to just one of them. I think the most simple answer to the question, is Dead by Daylight dead, is that it isn't, but it will be soon. If you think I missed a point in this video that I should have included, please let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, and have a great day.